Hey guys, welcome back. BDC Gear here. We're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of November 18th, 2021. Getting straight into it, the current character challenge is Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight. That is a 1 week repeat, and the required characters are Green Arrow, Green Lantern, and Superman. I guess
doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter what order I say it in, but
if you don't have the characters, you're not getting through the challenge.
Bronze, and gold, respectively. Yeah, it's true. It doesn't matter which ladder it is.
Yeah.
But first off, his name is funky, right? So it says Arkham Knight in most places, and it only says Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight in that little description bar underneath the button.
It prioritizes universe over a character, but as a character name, the Arkham Knight shows up, I think, on his card.
Yeah.
And and that's it. And the subtitle of the challenge menu screen.
Yeah, and so I think part of the issue with it is that because he was a group of characters that were released all from the Batman Arkham Knight video game.
Right.
So they needed to call him the Arkham Knight, which is what he's called in the video game. But the fact that the game title is the same as his character title.
Yeah.
And the only difference is the word the. It's a little muddled.
It's like Green Arrow. I love that. All right.
So his passive is Drone Strike, which is achieving plus 180% on the Gotham Knight special attack, calls in a drone strike, dealing damage to the entire enemy team. He's got 1,100 attack and 1,200 health. He was last available on the 14th of January, 2021.
Right. So, what do we have to say about him? His stats are medium-high. His passive is okay.
Yeah, it's splash damage.
But it's not much of one. It's not a great passive.
Mm-hmm.
But I think his tap ender combo is the glory. So as a basic attack damage dealer.
Yeah.
Because his combo ender is 3 hits, he's excellent for any gears with combo ender effects.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of doing, I think the swipe combo is what is it supposed to be? 3%. He does 222. Oh no. This is actually no. So that's his tap combo. Tap's supposed to be 3, but he does like the 3s at the end of it. So he does 3 hits at the end. It's 3% each
of his attack stat.
Right. So that means that not only will he generate more power for each tap combo with the ender, but he also does more damage on basic attacks than a regular character would.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his swipe combo is range too, so it doesn't matter how close or far away your opponent is, it will hit. So you don't have to wait for them to rush you or you to rush the opponent. And sometimes that gives you a bit of an advantage. And he also gets more than 3 swipe combo hits. So instead of the 4-4-4...
Yeah, where normally when you swipe you get 3 hits and each is 4% of your damage stat.
Right, you get 4-4-4 and then 4-3-3.
Yeah.
So no matter how you use him as a basic damage dealer, he will do more. He will hit above his weight class because of his extra hits. So his attack stat, his damage stat, doesn't reflect how good he is as a basic damage dealer.
And he'll generate more power.
Right.
And he'll be ranged, so you don't need to worry about being closer to him.
Right. A fun thing, and it's not really a glitch, it's more just the way you play him. But if you only take the first 2 swipes and don't complete the third swipe of the combo, you can maintain, and a lot of times you can actually increase the distance by swiping, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
So you've got to wait long enough so that you don't trigger the third hit, or the end of the combo, the swipe combo.
Yeah.
But you've got to start the next one quick enough before they start running at you. And so we're going to link in the description an example of that, which is, like I said, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, so it's like it's a free infinite combo to generate a lot of power and potentially just knock somebody out. And the other cool thing is I don't think people block ever at that distance, right? While they're running into you. Do they?
I don't know. It seems less common.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably don't play with Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight enough, but yeah.
I don't get the sense that they block. There might be a counterexample to it, but it definitely feels like you get blocks way less.
And we've got a playlist with Arkham Knight. And we've got a team with Arkham Knight. So again, he's lots of fun to play.
Yeah.
The problem is really the meta doesn't support having basic damage dealers anymore as being your main damage dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there we go. It is the 35th week in a row that the challenge characters have been following a pattern that originally showed up in May of 2020. So we expect Blackest Night Batman next week, and then after that, the week after Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman.
Right.
This week's multiplayer award, I meant to say 2 weeks from now. I said after that, the week after, which is very cyclical. But this week's multiplayer award is the mysterious artifact, which becomes Ibistick, and it gives you a 30% damage boost to Special 1, a 30% damage boost to Special 2, a 20% power generation increase, and then the evolved ability, which is a 10% damage over time added on Special. And those are, of course, all when it's maxed out.
Right. So this was last available April the 15th, 2021. You can think of a bunch of different ways. Basically, we've got 31 multiplayer rewards. We had one full sequence of them, and now we're starting a repeat sequence, and this is the 15th week in a row of that repeat. So 46 in a row or 50 in a row, depending how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Next week should be Brandish Ninjato.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was like the first legendary gear that changed the game. It wasn't the first legendary gear because that was the Batmobile, but Batmobile sucked and was pretty much nothing. It was just it just let us know that there was a new category of stuff coming.
On some days we like to pretend that Batmobile never came.
Yeah. So it was the first one that really shook stuff up and sort of showed what that extra star meant in terms of being special and being really powerful.
And interestingly enough, actually, I think this was probably one of the first gears where when it said a percentage damage as damage over time, unlike where they had a percentage damage boost of Special 1 or Special 2, this was the opponent's health that was 10% damage.
Yeah, which meant that any 10 specials would bring somebody from 100% health to 0 health.
Right.
Absolutely. Or exactly 1 health, I guess, no matter what their stats were.
The greatest equalizer. So, and it was also, speaking of specials, it was also one of the first gears to boost both Special 1 and Special 2.
Yeah.
And then the power gen was perfectly in line with, you know, whatever you need to do, because back then there was no Tentu Totem. So power generation was so important for it being able to take advantage of specials. And here you had one perfect gear that scaled up to your opponent, did damage over time, boosted both specials, and got you to the specials faster.
Yeah, so these were all sort of on the exact same theme. They all worked in concert. It was all, like as good as usually what you'd have, like multiple gear spots. And in some situations, it was a heck of a lot better.
Yeah. And so we've got a bunch of fun demos from a long time ago. So people who've only been playing recently may not remember that on the level that was Boss Arkham Origins Batman, it used to be a dead zone where all passes were disabled.
Yeah.
So you can think about that. It made the fights a lot harder. And we were able to demonstrate Bronze Nightwing taking out Arkham Origins Batman on his own. Bronze Catwoman doing all the damage, but Bronze Catwoman, unfortunately, she needed a meat shield to take some of the damage, and we'll link that playlist in the description where we use Ibistick to great advantage to abuse Boss Arkham Origins Batman.
Yeah, because unlike Nightwing, Catwoman couldn't drain. Power drain.
Right.
So there we go. In the store now, we have the Metropolis pack for $24.99 Canadian. It was $26.99 Canadian in April of 2019, which was the last time that it was around as far as our notes go.
Right.
It comes with Superman, Doomsday, and Crypto Lex Luthor. They're all available in the store, so not a good deal. You can spend real money to skip spending time, and if there was only a handful of characters, maybe that would be worth it. But with how many characters there are in the game, like it just doesn't make any sense to spend all that money just to get somebody that you could get in the store. It doesn't make a meaningful dent in your collection.
No. And as bad as last week's Justice League team pack was, this is worse because at least last week there was a challenge character, Aquaman. I think he was needed in the challenge too. So there's really not a great motivation to want to buy the Metropolis pack at all.
Yeah. We also have the Survivor pack, which this might be the first time it's come around.
For this pack, this particular pack, because there's a bunch of different Survivor packs. I think NetherRealm coded all of them and had a vote to decide which one. I think we have the Bounty Hunter Lobo one.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've seen this particular Survivor pack.
So it comes with Teen Titans Cyborg, animated Harley Quinn, and animated Batman Beyond. This comes with one challenge. There are 2 already in the store, but 585,000 credits. A credit pack with 3 specific characters is almost always a good deal. Actually.
Yeah.
Because you can build a team of gold characters, maybe not for, completionists the same way.
Right.
But you can build a team of gold characters if you're like sort of an early to mid game player where you can get money, but you can't really guarantee who you're trying to build unless you're overpaying in the store. This is a way to not overpay and build up one specific team.
Yeah. The character bundle Suicide Squad is hanging around for second week. We talked about that last time. And hanging around for 6th week is the Most Wanted pack. which is interesting. It feels like it may be hanging. This is probably the longest any kind of paid pack like this has been hanging around.
Might be permanent, potentially.
Maybe it's permanent. So, if you want it, we talked about what's in it way more 6 weeks ago. So if you want to go back to that, you can hear it.
In terms of the Nth Metal Celebration packs, we have the Shazam Celebration pack. It's in its second week right now. So next week we expect it to probably loop back around to Joker, although it's not always, fully consistent. So it's either going to be Shazam or Joker next week.
Right.
Almost certainly. I doubt it's going to be Aquaman.
Right.
In our Survivor, we have the League of Assassins gear set until the 1st of December 2021.
Right. So other kind of update things are Phantom Zone is still complete, so it's not back yet. Fight 62 is still broken. Last weekend's breakthrough was, as expected, Harley Quinn, Killer Croc, and Martian Manhunter. So this coming weekend for our golds breakthrough, it's probably going to be Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, and Lobo.
So there we go. Link in the description to a Reddit thread from Devlin16 with the complete breakthrough cycle if you're looking for that information for yourself. Moving on to current glitches, just remember, this is just a brief overview. If you want to do these for yourself, check the eye in the top right corner of this video right now, or check our channel for the playlist of all the currently working glitches, and those will go through exhaustive how-to instructions for them, as well as in the description potential updated information if we have any.
Right.
So we're only on Android 9, so we can only confirm for that. iOS, other versions of Android will give information from other people, but the only thing that we can provide any first-hand sort of information for is Android.
Right. So significant not working glitches are the important thing to talk about because that's not addressed in the list. The main thing is the glitch for power credits. We talk about the one that was working and why it's too dangerous in a previous Season 6, Episode 9 episode of P and Q and C and A and T, which has morphed into different letters and is currently Q&A, but Season 6, Episode 9. And the main thing is the risk of getting your account banned was not worth it, so we haven't been following really tightly, although it's possible it's no longer working after the most recent update.
Mm-hmm.
Getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards is not working. Getting them early in an exploitable way is not working. And getting through Phantom Zone quickly when it's around, not this week obviously, that's not working. And there used to be a glitch to let you get the free energy without having to watch their videos. That's also not working.
Yeah. So moving on to the stuff that is working, the glitch to let you play Phantom Zone repeatedly was working last we checked when it was up, and the challenge reset method that requires Google Play Cloud Save is working, and that's confirmed on the current Arkham Knight challenge. We mentioned them together because if you do one, you're doing both, and even when it's in off-season, we don't want you doing a reset without at least somewhere in the back of your head going, do I have a Phantom Zone progress that I don't want to reset, or am I almost through the challenge and I don't want to reset that? Because it's easy to get into a habit and then forget and then be a little sad.
Yeah. Cut and paste into the description for Android 10 users is a comment from Tammy Kakde about how you can avoid re-downloading a gig worth of data every time you use that glitch. And based on comments, it looks like the challenge reset for iOS is not working anymore.
Yeah.
We still got the comment cut and pasted from viewer Jonathan Young on how to do it, but it seems pretty consistent now. And if we keep on getting comments like this, we'll probably remove that from the description.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's something to do with iOS no longer supporting stuff in the game when you've shifted the dates like that.
Yeah. There is a comment that we got recently about doing it successfully with different steps. So we might look at that.
Yeah, it depends on how many other people confirm that.
Yeah. Or, even if nobody else does, we might end up putting that in the description one week or for a little while and seeing if anybody can give feedback for the untested version other than commenter Borat.
Yeah.
The breakthrough glitch that you play repeatedly is still working. The airplane mode / refund glitch for getting rerolls of whatever offline rewards you want is also still working. Doesn't work in Phantom Zone because that requires an online connection, but for pretty much anything else, you can reset your rewards if you don't like what you get in a pack. Time shifting also still works for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. As always, return your clock back to normal before you start playing again as usual once you've gotten your energy or refreshed your clocks.
Right.
And in between not working and working glitches, the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked, hasn't had the right conditions since update 2.14, so it's not testable, it's not usable, but we're keeping it in on a technicality.
Right. And that's it for this week. So this is where we like to thank our patrons on Patreon who've been supporting us through this pandemic. And that would be Victor Gomez, Consul Peasant, and Edwoon at the top tier last word. Sinemac and Mohammed Albshaiti at the Your Message Here tier. Shawn Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Maule, Michael DeVries, Brandon C., Irvin Ruiz, and Eddydoo at the credited level. And Chris Wolff, Scarlet, Dani, Awesomegamer 241, Pavu RS, Gavin, Mallott, and Isfar E at the gratitude level. I had a brain cramp just that moment. I thought, I'm reading the list and I forgot which name I'd gotten to, and it had to sort of play back my memory to figure out what name I'd actually just said.
Yeah, I was
that
wondering.
moment before the pause. Yeah.
Okay. So there we go. Thanks to all of you. We remember all of your names. Thank you. And thanks so much to everyone watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.